You guys, welcome to yet another episode on Stories with K Nash. Oh, you guys, I am so excited today. Sometimes life get lemon cream. Right? Today, life get lemon creams. I am so happy, you guys. My guest, she just excites me, you guys. She gives me chills. Like, she gives me butterflies. Like, this girl. Because she's just doing the most, you guys. Y'all are gonna see her work is so beautiful. Like, usually I start this show with politics, but today I cannot do politics because I just want us to dive in. You guys, what I want you to take out of this show, just that talent, and we feeling you on multiply it. Multiply your talent. Do something with it. Mudimo ask for 5 coins and then you go udi pateko udi epel and then what do you pull out 5 coins. Multiply it. Invest. Try something. Your talent is what's gonna get you out of your prison. I get you are sitting at home, you have no money, you are depressed. That talent, whether it's painting, whether it's doing laundry, it doesn't matter. That talent can make money for you. All you gotta do is multiply it. All you gotta do is give it time. All you gotta do is give yourself some time to work on it. My guest today, you guys, is the perfect example of somebody who's multiplying her talent, who's putting in the work to multiply her talent and do something of herself. You guys, she's a young, beautiful girl with a beautiful body. She's got the behind. But y'all are not going to see the behind. Y'all are going to see the front. But she's a young, beautiful girl, you guys. And next to her is her beautiful work. You guys, when you see her work, like before you see it, I just want to sell her. When you see her work, Anna, you better take something out of this. Young people, if you are not gonna learn anything from this episode, then I don't know what I'm doing. Wasting time, money, and resources trying to get these stories to you. I don't know what I'm doing. Man, I'm inspired. Myself. She has inspired me. Myself. You guys, I don't even want you to meet her. I want her for myself. I just want her to be mine and mine alone. But anyway, I'm not selfish, so I'm gonna share her with you. Let us see the beautiful Katlego Zwane. Tell her shine his hand up there. Yes. Hi. Hey. Oh my God. Can they see the work? Is it her and the work? Before we speak to you. Oh my God, just keep quiet. I don't want to hear you. I want that to speak for you. Take it in. Take it in. My Jesus. This is you.
Yes, baby. All me. And God.
What's again? I'm not even gonna start with the peppering for this episode. Let's make tea so that I calm down. I need to calm down. So what I don't do at this show is do some introducing my guest on some, she's a what one. So I want you to introduce yourself on some, my name is so sir, I was born where, grew up where. Let's go childhood.
Alright, so I am Katlego Zwane. The only child to both my parents.
What?
Yes.
No.
The only. And forever, because now they're not interested in giving me siblings. I've been asking, but it's not gonna happen. Only.
Mom and dad.
Both. That's the only one. And I mean, I enjoy it now.
Yeah.
I hated it when I was younger because I wasn't allowed to go to the so I was always in the house. And now I said it's okay. But childhood, I was born in Gopara. Then ended up living in Kalerina. North Florida Glenside.
Oh yeah.
So then I lived that side with my grandma and
the family house.
Yes, the family house.
Where is the parents?
The parents, the dad was Kona lady and I was with mom.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So then later on in life, I moved to Naledi again and lived with mom and dad.
Okay.
And then primary school, that was Cliffview, North Cliff, and then high school, grade 8 was Victory House, private school.
Where is this?
This is in Florida.
Okay.
Yes. And then grade 8, Man, I just wanted the arts. Hey?
Yeah.
I just wanted the arts, and then I applied go NSA again.
Okay, so this is before. So you want the arts ka grade 8, or you've always?
I've always, but I didn't trust myself to be able, like, I mean, you know when you love art, you love art, but then you're like, when you see other art, that's the thing, like, comparing yourself. And you're like, no, I'm not that good, so I can't. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Let me just, you know. Yeah. So I applied Gego NSM, and then obviously you have to audition. So then I went for the music department. I wanted art, but
So by art you mean you wanted drama?
No. Because for NSA they have either music, drama, art, or dance. Right? Those are like the extra.
So art is what exactly?
Is drawing, sketching, sculpting,
the hands.
Yes. So I wanted art, but then the exam was like 8 hours long. So I was like, no, but I still want to.
So in this 8 hours, you are creating something.
Yes, it was a self-portrait. Sketching something, an object that's in front of you. It was like a whole series of things that you had to do. So I was like, no, not that, but I still want to go to NSA. I get fine. Then I was like, let me audition for music, And then for music, you can either audition by playing an instrument or by singing, but then singing they consider as an instrument as well. So then I auditioned by singing, I was accepted.
Can you sing?
Yeah.
Let's do one song. Let's do the song. I had your phone ring. That song. Your
I don't know the lyrics to that song.
Why is it your ringtone?
Because it's a beautiful song that reminds me of someone.
Okay, let's do a song. The first verse that comes into your mind.
No man, give me a gospel song.
A gospel song. Okay, let's do Jehovah is your name. Mighty warrior, great in battle.
Okay. Jehovah is your name. Jehovah is your name. Mighty warrior, great in battle. Jehovah is your name. Yeah!
Amen! Now, did you guys see the angels?
Yeah, so then it was
Please make you some coffee. You are warm. There's sugar.
NSA was literally from grade 9 all the way to matric. And I did music, and then I chose, because you had to choose 2 instruments. Fine, you audition with one, but then you have to get a second one. So then I chose drums. And then I played drums my entire high school career. But then I stopped after high school.
Why?
I don't know. Honestly,
Oh, maybe it's not your thing. What you wanted was the art. Maybe?
What I wanted was the art.
Yeah.
But also, I think with drums, it's another thing, comparing yourself. So I didn't sound like all the other drummers. So I was like, it's also with singing. Like, I still get nervous singing because I'm like, I'm not where I want to be, So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But with drums, I just stopped also because I didn't have a drum kit at home. So I had no way to practice and whatnot. Although I had the opportunity to do it at church, but I was too shy and to myself.
Like you judge yourself.
Yeah, very harsh. I'm very hard on myself. And it's a very bad thing.
It is a very bad thing. I'm about to reprimand you.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's something I'm working on every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in your life who's like, do better, be better? It's just you.
It's just me. And I think I do that because I feel that everyone gives me the easy way. And they're being too kind to me.
No. Also, I think this is what's going on.
Yeah.
You are the only child.
Yes.
So things are quite easy for you.
Yes.
So.
I don't understand. I don't think that's.
No. And sometimes you are doing well, but you can't take it when we say you are doing well because you expect it to be hard. And then, but why did you want to do art in the first place? Where did you see it? Was it just something that's just within you?
I loved sketching. I really did. I loved sketching. I would sketch anything and everything.
When?
Really, in grade 2, my friends and I would sit most people, right? Because we had like a section. And we'd design clothes. We'd go to my grade 2 teacher and be like, can you have paper? And and she had like this whole roll of paper. She's like, yeah, do whatever. So we would do
Grade
that.
2.
Yeah, whilst waiting for our parents, and we'd be there. I'm gonna be a designer, and we design, you know, little cute things and have fun. So I mean, I guess it started
It's
there.
in you. I
Yeah.
think when it's in you, it's in you.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
and then that's literally from grade 2. Yeah, it was an on and off thing because also I felt I wasn't good enough, so then I'd leave it, and then you know, it's a nonsense thing that I did to myself, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess it started in grade 2, and then I would sketch like different things, like you know, look in a magazine if I like someone's
Something.
face or you know a certain outfit, I'd be there like referring to it and whatnot. And then I just stopped. I just did, like even with the earrings that I make now. Typically, a jewelry designer or manufacturer or whoever that makes anything, you start by sketching an idea down, whatever. I can't do that because now when I sketch something and it doesn't turn out exactly the way that it is in my head,
Yes.
I lose it and I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Done with
And I
it.
throw it away. So that's an idea gone forever that could have been someone's favorite. You know.
Yes.
So now
you really judge yourself.
I do. So I don't even sketch designs anymore. I literally just whatever's in my head. I tried and error. Really, if it doesn't.
So
work,
you think about it and you make.
Yeah. It just makes more sense to me.
And that's okay. Also, that's you. That's how you
it's
do
my
it. Lil Wayne, he just goes into the studio and then he just goes. He doesn't write the lyrics or whatever. So that's just you, and that's okay.
I guess it's just my process.
Okay, you are at NSA. Yes, what's going on? Tell us everything.
We go to NSA because we assume it's exactly like High School Musical. Because it's an art school.
Okay.
So we get there, we're like, we're gonna say
Come now,
like yo,
we are always shooting.
babes, you get there and you still got academics. So we actually have more work because we have every other subject that every other high school has.
You still have LO.
We still have LO, we still have maths, we still have physics, we still have biology,
Jesus.
geography, history. And then you have the extra subjects. And now
The art. What you came for.
What you came for. And you get 2 hours a day for that. So it's divided really into like either your lessons for your instruments or practice periods or whatever. So I mean, the experience was fun because you get a lot of personalities. And you know, say like different.
Go arts. Drama. Arts.
Yeah, so it's just I enjoyed being there because of the different personalities. Matanya, you know. You get the quiet ones. Yeah, but you get the really good artists that are like quiet.
Reserved.
They are like
just for the art.
Exactly.
I used to, you know what? I had a problem. Oh my God! I want to tell you this. So you know, there's the really quiet people that really do the work.
Yeah.
You know, in class, there's the really smart people.
Yeah.
And they're very quiet, but they're very smart. And you know, I'm outspoken. I'm out there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I used to say, no, I want to be like that guy. I want to be quiet. And I would go to school, guys, and I spend the whole day quiet. And it would hurt. It would hurt. I'm not this person.
Yes.
And another thing that I remember, you guys, when I was in grade 3. So you know, I was that child, you know, that child that goes to play and then I come back very dirty, and then I bath to sleep. So I said to one cousin of mine this, and then there was the really clean kids. And I'm sure you are one of the clean kids. There was the really clean kids. And then I remember saying to my cousin this one time we were walking, I said, from Monavale, Ginago what clean, and Ganago Dora Chila, Ginago Gipin, I was in grade 3, you guys, and you know what my cousin said? Mantra, you were very rude to me. She said, meaning a lot of people died with that wish and they never accomplished it. Meaning you will never get it. So but I think what she was gonna say is just be yourself.
Yes.
Usa.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, that thing of no, but now if I'm quiet, the whole thing of judging myself.
Yes.
If I'm quiet, I'll be good at what I do.
Yes, because the quiet ones are good.
So now you try it, but then you realize over time this is not working.
I'm not this person. I get quiet.
It isn't. I'll do my best. If my best isn't that person's level, it's fine. Don't give anything below your best and also lie to yourself and say it's your best because you're lazy.
Yes.
Don't do that either. So yeah, I mean it was fun. That's where the stretching of the ears started in grade 9, because now different personalities. You got the, the woke.
Yeah, you're trying to be woke, you know. Mara mawoku ba kgathatsana, guys. Na mawoku ba nkgathatsa.
Get admin and tell a guy. No, but I mean, I don't think get admin if it's true. It's admin if you're forcing it and
you're not that person.
Exactly.
Oh,
so, I mean, with me, I really wasn't trying to be woke. I just liked the idea of, because now I was interested in, Africanism and like African tribes, and I was like,
Black consciousness.
You know what I mean? And I was like, no, but that looks cool though, you know? And I had relaxed hair that time, bro. I started, and I said, I'm relaxed. I'm an
artist. Fitting in. The artist man natural.
It's not even fitting in. It's just like, it made sense. It made sense to me to have natural hair, to, come close. Because I was like the only black kid in the white party. So, now when I try to hang with the black kids, we're not snobby. You know what I mean? For a long time, especially in primary school, I was with the white kids, And
then you come from the white school, we're gonna late.
Even primary, a lot of my primary life, I was going to North.
Oh yes, you were in North. Exactly. So it's the white people still.
But yeah, fine, because I'm always in the house. Look also, because I'm always in the house. At Namaj, I don't have friends, guys. Because also it's a thing, oh no, like you see how people look at you when they snacks and like if you're not
and they never really had a conversation with you about actually
I'm such a chill person.
Yeah, you are
such a chill person. Like I'm not okay. I had potential to be a snob. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like you want the pink highlights, but like babes, your hair. Don't mess with your natural hair. Got it dyed or something. So it was just like. I guess for a long time I wasn't okay with being me because the people I hung with weren't me, So when I get to NSA, the people that were me, they were very comfortable with natural hair,
with being themselves,
just chill people. And then I started hanging out with them. Although even in primary school later on, I was chilling with the black girls, but we were also trying to be white, with relaxed hair and stuff. But it was a messy time. But NSA, then I was like, you know what? Let me do this. Keep in mind, I never cut my hair. Why? Because I don't like the shape of my hair. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go short. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? How am I going to get my hair natural without cutting it? Now, obviously, the thing you think of, I just grow out growth, how, and you know how we always looked at growth as like, oh, I mean,
not a growth, yay, dandruff.
Exactly, like, okay, it's a little relaxer, And I was like, okay, let me grow out my hair, but now it doesn't look good. That combination of natural and relaxed hair, it makes your hair look dodged, bro. Like it doesn't look nice.
It looks dirty.
It looks
yeah.
So I was like, you know what, let me just cut. Like it will grow. Hair grows all the time. I cut my hair. And rock up at school. Obviously now in high school, you're still trying to get the guys to look at you like,
yes, you
like, hi babes. When the guys that I liked not laughing at me. And I just had to suck it up because I was like, I'm not gonna have hair tomorrow, so they stop laughing. So I was like, you know what, laugh at me. And then that's when you pretend like you're laughing with them.
Yes,
so they stop laughing. And then it hits, bro, because you like them. You know that whole high school kids thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I know that thing. That thing. I had a thing, me and my primary friend.
Yeah.
So she had a crush on some guy.
Yeah.
Who's now a Nyaupa boy, by the way, called Alex. And she had a crush on this guy, and you remember Nerna Buka Elaya, Wala Ditoriana, when I can't even do a Buka Ela, Diariana, Kuri, Nerwala Dilonian, and then I read from there that she had a crush on this guy. Sad thing is that this guy had a crush on me, the friend. Oh, my friend was so hurt, you guys.
But did you add them? Oh, what came Meshi? And then she slips 18. No, you can't.
I was in primary, so there's not much acting.
We understand. Yeah, so then I just, I was like, be okay with yourself, suck it up. Your hair's not gonna grow, so deal with it. And then my hair started growing again. Just float. But now also at that stage you don't know how to deal with float because all your life you've had relaxed hair. So now Slotusel looks like it's struggling as well.
And Slotuha struggles up on her.
And it gets habakama, that's another thing. I think that's why my mom started relaxing my hair because it gets habakama. I just didn't know I don't comb my hair. I comb it on wash day, and wash day, guys, that's once in what, 2 weeks or
Yes.
something. So I don't like Kamaga is I think I just have a tender scalp or something. I don't know. So yeah, and then I was like, okay, but now natural, that's Africans, baby.
You are an African
Exactly,
person.
like,
you
yes.
are true to your
You know what I
identity. Hey,
Then
you
I
are not
started
trying to be
researching.
white.
Exactly. Yeah, I was so proud of myself. I was like, yes, you can be okay without having to look white. You can still be good and feel good about yourself. I was so proud of myself, I said. So then I started, researching about African because I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna look African,
Better.
I have to know how to back it up.
Yeah.
I need to back up the look. I can't get them all with dashiki, as they call it, but the African attire and natural hair.
And then we speak to you and we can't get any substance.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, when are you just like, and obviously that's the thing, like, don't look like something that you can't back up. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, right?
I know what you mean. Trust me. I have a weird look myself. Like, you see, I'm wearing this parachute skirt, and I'm so comfortable and I love it. But if somebody else was to wear it, will be on some. But I guess it goes with my personality. It goes with who I am. It goes with what comes out of my mouth.
I guess it's also learning about who you are. So then I started researching. Yeah, I researched the good thing.
Beautiful. Hashtag create who you are. Hashtag create who you are. Create. Yes.
So yeah, and then research. I come across tribes. So yeah, and then find the African tribes, and then the different rituals that they have, like
now
the
you're
initiation,
learning.
Then I come across the ears.
Okay, tell me about the ears. I've been waiting for the ears.
I'm like, okay. Firstly, this looks painful as hell. Starting, because now I'm like, these people don't. Because also now, the pain. How do they deal with the pain? How do they keep this thing clean? Because now you also have the ones that have it on their lip.
So this is a tradition here, Pokai.
It's different tribes, really. I can't
you can't pinpoint it as this. And so, what is the idea behind it?
It's their way of you being beautiful. The bigger the hole, the prettier you are. Started in grade 9, and that's when I got to this. So in the very same year.
How did you get this to happen?
With these earrings, I asked the people that I told them. I assumed they knew, right? And they're like, yeah, no, we know where you can get them, right? And the one guy, his brother, was already straightening. So I was like, okay, let me know. And he's like, no, you can get them. And it says in Braamfontein. So there's a thrift shop in Braamfontein, and they sold in different sizes. So you can from like the small size and go big. But I was like, also go high. How am I going to explain?
Like, I'm stretching now.
Do you know
I'm
what
more
I mean?
African than I used to be.
You know?
Now I'm real.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah. Especially not with my grand. That type is not gonna fly.
Yeah.
So I went to the thrift shop and I had like a normal piercing, like every other girl, the very small one. And they had like sizes from small to big. I was like, okay, sharp. Let's be smart about this. One, you don't want to cause yourself pain because you don't even know how much pain you can take when it comes to your ears, right? So let's start small. So I would go there and then I would buy the earrings and I would stretch. And I'd be like, how much it's not painful. Alright, the next day. And keep in mind, I'm stretching, so I'm not researching about the process of stretching. I saw for the African tribe stretch. But obviously they don't stretch the way that I'm stretching right now. They just go straight. Wow. I'm going. I'm not thinking of anything being septic.
Or the infections and things like that.
I'm not thinking of skin ripping. I'm just thinking my ear is elastic and itaya. You know? The next day I go buy a bigger size. I put it in, it doesn't hurt. I'm like, how much my ears are flexible. Whatever. I'm feeling myself. Gonna go. I'm like excited for I'm getting the look. The next time I go, let's say I'm at like a 3 millimeter. The next time I went, I go for 60. So now, as you can see, they're like a coily thing. So you can start and then like itch again.
And then you go,
and then you go like as your ear stretches. So sometimes I would even I had coconut oil. I was like, yes, by fire, by force, this thing is okay. There I am, using a coconut oil in the bathroom. My mom knows nothing about what I'm doing that time. She didn't even notice because they were really small. The smaller sizes, they were really small. So she didn't even
notice. It's busy stretching. Yeah.
So I'm going. Now, it starts hurting. But it's here. So obviously I can always it, which means I'm going backwards. I'm not going to where I wanna go. I'm like, listen, yeah, foster this thing. There I am going. Now it starts sizzling. Obviously because my skin is tearing. It's sizzling. I'm like, yes, coconut oil will do something. It will fix it. I get over it. It gets strong. That time you can't sleep because it hurts. But you're like, you know what? I want to look a certain way and I'm not patient enough to do it step by step. So let me just.
Was there any pressure?
Not at all.
It was just you.
I was the only one among my friends that was stretching. Literally the only one. And I mean, there was one other guy, well, two other guys that I remember that were stretching at the time, but I wasn't friends with them. And I didn't see the stretching double.
Yeah.
You know, so I was just excited to get there because I wanted that big, you know. To me, I mean, it's wow. You know what I mean? So I just kept going. I wake up in the morning, my ear is swollen. I'm like, you know what? It's part of the process. Deal with it. Not knowing what I'm giving myself blowouts and stuff. And with a blowout, you now have to go sizes smaller so your ear heals, or else your ear ends up looking like a butthole.
Yes.
Like and it looks really wrong and then like there's pus and it's a mess. Honestly, it's a mess. Eventually I get the surgical spirit. I'm buying all this. My mom knows nothing this time. I do the stuff, put it wherever I can put it. And my mom finds things. And she's not trying to, but she finds it. So
She's a mother.
You know. So I have to make plans of looking at guy. You know what I mean? Mom, I'm sorry, but like it is what it is.
It's that true. We are very truthful here at K-Mash.
And I mean, now you know about my stretching, and she's very okay with it. So the day she noticed what I was stretching, she was like, Katlego. I guess she thought these earrings be like, you know, what you get so and it's like a thin pin in the middle. The one time I guess I was no Raymond, but the skin is wide. I'm like, ma. I'm like, no, just stretch, mama. Yeah, just stretch
King, get trend, King. Does she even understand?
Babes, I don't think she cares if it's a trend.
Or it's a what?
I
just
bottom line is with
yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's like, sure, I'll having. And she left it just like that. And keep in mind, I've always seen my mom as a strict parent.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine her being okay with me stretching my ears.
Yes.
So now I'm like, oh, babes,
Kanjan.
Yeah.
Let's come on.
Dude, I was like the rest of that day, I was just like waiting for her to say something.
Yeah. And why? Did you feel like it was wrong?
I felt like it was wrong because my family is very Christian. So I assumed because they were Christian and were religious churchgoers and you know what I mean, anything that
does not look like the
right
idea of righteousness.
It's Satan.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then she was just chilled. I was very surprised, and I feel like that's when my mom and I could now start having open conversations about different things. Because I've always felt like I can't tell my mom certain things because like a parent, when you tell them a joke or you show them a joke on your phone, and then they just find the wrong in it, and now
snacks.
And then now it's like a life lesson. It's like, that was just a joke.
Yeah. Yes.
So it was just that, and I was just, I don't know, I guess for a long time I was scared of my mom. And I thought that was me respecting my mom. But I feel like there's a very thin line between respecting a parent and fearing a parent.
Yeah.
And I guess that's when now I guess I never knew my mom until then. Because after that, my mom is very chilled, guys. My mom is so chilled. Like, I'm like, Ma, I'm going a size bigger. And she's like, that's a better how. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah. So are you still stretching?
When did I stop stretching? I stopped stretching maybe like 4 years ago. But that's only because I can't find my size. I don't want to skip sizes anymore. Okay. Because it does damage. Like, blowouts are bad, guys. And as a person that wants to have bigger earlobes, or the hole rather, now having to go a size wanting to go a size lower is an issue because you want to go a size up. So going back now feels like, no,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm not a patient person.
Yeah.
I've noticed. So now I'm just like, what? Suck it up. You
Gotta get to that.
patient, or else
And
you're gonna
get
go
my
back.
size.
Exactly.
Alright, and then we are at NSA, we are finishing. What's going on?
Yo, matric, we're finishing. Obviously, you have this typical idea. After high school, I'm going to tertiary.
Yes.
And living the tertiary dream.
Yes, and I'm gonna live with my roommates. Or I'm gonna have my own apartment. Or I'm gonna go to freshers.
And you're freshers.
Yes.
Trust me, I've never been to a freshers now.
Trust me, I have 2 degrees.
And you've never been. And you were fine. We are living.
I fresh up. Yeah.
So also my mom has always been a person who is unplanned.
Yeah.
You know, if I need something, she makes a plan even if it's going to set her back or, you know, put her at a certain disadvantage or whatever. So when I noticed that, I guess I just stopped asking her for certain things because I realized that she can't say no to me, or she feels that she can't say no to me, and I don't think that that's okay, because if you can't, you can't.
Yeah.
And don't think, like, I don't know, maybe she thought that I was the kind of kid that was like, I want this and I want it now, and because I'm the only child, you better give it to me because I'm the only child and I'm supposed to be spoiled.
Yeah.
But I've never been that person. Like, if you can't, you can't, and that's cool. Just let me know. And you know, so it took me a while to realize that, honestly, but she would always make a plan. Now, end of matric, I wanted to study fashion design, right? Now, fashion design, I'm like, okay, I don't want to go to UJ, that's where everyone's going. I don't want to, like, see the same thing. I want to, like, you know,
experiment, go somewhere different, start a friend,
see different people.
Yeah.
I found a school, a private institution license, that's in Lake Auri. And I was like, Master, this is a school. She's like, okay, sure, apply, you know, get the fees, get whatever, the list of equipment that you're gonna need, whatever. I did that, super excited. I'm like, listen, I'm going to fashion school. So now, obviously now everyone's like, oh, you're not fashion, most you're in music, why aren't you, you know, because like you have other music students that are gonna go study music in tertiary. And I'm like, I honestly, I didn't like music theory. I hated music theory.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do in varsity. And I don't want to do that because I don't like it.
Yes.
So, fine. Then, obviously we're writing our exams. Now comes the time to pay. Now there's...
At fashion school?
Yes. To pay like the registration and whatnot. Now there's an issue with finding money for registration. In my mind, I'm like, oh, Mama, you said I must apply. So, how will they know? And I look on it. I really don't think she was comfortable with letting me know for it. There isn't money for registration. So that's when I started realizing for it, whether you are going to like try and make a plan, but that's putting so much pressure on yourself, you know, and I don't want you feeling like that. I don't know, maybe it's just how much I love her, or I'm just a considerate person, I don't know. So eventually by then I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to lie Sophie. Because in my mind I'm like, I don't expect her to go out of her way to make a plan. If there's no plan, there's no plan. But I wonder what I do in 17 after matric. Then we pay the registration. After paying the registration, fine, then after a while, then I carried on. Now I'm like, okay, sure, it's working for now.
So you go to fashion school? You do go?
No.
Okay.
I pay registration.
So it's that period before you start?
Yes. I'm still writing my what's this, the
So you're still writing your matric?
My matric.
Yes.
So, we're just getting things out of the way.
Yes, I see that process.
So now, there's another challenge. How am I going to get from home in Soweto to Blegauri without having to wake up like super early because the taxi might be an issue or whatever? Now, she's like, okay, no, that means you have to find accommodation. Now, there is no student accommodation. It's houses, and you're just hoping more people have cottages in their backyard. So I can't even remember how, but I found someone that's literally up the road from the school. And we went to go view it. It's a house, and people are renting different rooms, and then we share the kitchen. And
yes, it's a commune.
It's a commune, yes. So we find it, and the rent is there. So now, not because we paid registration, that money, I give only I'm like,
registration because emo rent emo, so yeah.
I'm like, I book rent, and at that time I just think it's because my mom always made a plan to give me what I needed, so I had life easy, I guess, you know. So I come now paying the rent. Now the rent is an issue. I'm like, hey, okay.
Papa
hayo, bro.
At this time, Papa
hayo. Like he hana chelete. That's just
it's not happening.
It's not happening, you know. And that really that was difficult. That was really difficult because having to see my mom struggle when my dad is still alive. He's still in my life. He can call me, he can talk to me, but he can't. It was a lot, man.
Yeah.
There was a time where we were at school. Thank you. We were at school, and it was the time where now we had to go pay like the school fees and buy the makeup kit because there was a makeup division to it. And Raya, you know,
Daddy.
Yeah. He was driving and he stayed in the car, and it was like, you know, that thing where it's not spoken or I'm staying in the car, but you can see body language
or he's not going out.
Yeah, so I'm like, are you that not interested in my education? And see, he had never stepped into that school. He never asked a thing about that school, and I don't know, I just had to accept for it. You know, and my mom, it's not like my mom had money for that,
but
know?
She
was
trying.
making a plan, you know, and a plan that she wasn't even telling me about. It's not like she was saying, no, it's a girl Zamela. You know, she never rubbed that in my face because she's a mom, she's a parent, you know. And it hurt when I get in there and kids are with both their parents. You know, it's different if I had gone there with my mom and
Daddy's not there at all.
But he's chilling in the car. And I was just like, wow, okay. Kid is just me and mom. You know, like, that's really just what it is. So good, because now my mom also put on a very brave face. My mom doesn't show emotion.
Like nothing is happening.
She's never showed emotion. Like, in my life, I've probably seen my mom cry like 4 or 5 times. My entire life. And I'm 23 years old. And I've lived with my mom all my life. So it's just, it was difficult, man. And now also I felt guilty, like,
I'm doing this to my
pressure.
mom.
Yeah, like you're feeling pressure because of me and because of what I want. Because I don't want you feeling like this. I don't want you going through this, you know? And there was a time when I told her, like, you know what, let's leave it. And she was like, no, like, we'll make a plan. Don't stress yourself. Don't even think about it. We'll make a plan. And in my mind, I'm like, maybe I should just stop being a spoiled brat that gets everything that she needs and realize for it. That's when I realized for it, I've been living good my entire life. After my breakup, it was rough.
And you don't even know what it took from your mom to leave that life that she lived.
Years. Exactly. Yeah. So now I'm thinking, and it's not like she's had a stable job her entire life. You know what I mean? But she's the kind of person that makes a plan, and she doesn't make you aware for it. Hey, I made a plan for you. You better do something. You know, there were times where I would fail tests and she'd be like, obviously she's angry as a parent, but she'll be like, no, you must study. She wouldn't be like, you know. So then eventually, money just didn't come together. And now by then, sailing, I'm done with my exams. I'm just waiting for my matric results. So now I'm like, okay, so we have to like get a move on paying, guys. Like, let's make a plan, you know. Now my uncle and my aunt and my grand are trying to pitch in, you know. And I mean, it's a private institution. It's fashion. These people are associated with like big magazines. So obviously their fees are like skyrocketing.
Of course.
You know, so they were trying to like get things together. And, you know,
and you're not going to be there for 1 year.
No, it was a 1 year. The one that I chose was a 1 year thing. And the fees, that thing.
So it was going to be her mukopanto until you finish.
Then, last minute, and I mean, on that day, people are buying those kits. There's like a shop in that school that has like all the equipment that you need. Now I'm like, okay, you know. And then now I'm going there thinking, "Oh, Mama has money in her bag." Auntie were going there to ask for like. No, it's not for but we have the prices.
Yeah.
But we're going there to ask for can we pay that installment?
And you don't
Now,
know.
I don't know. I'm very excited, like, yes, fashion school, babes, yes. We get there, we sit down, I hear my mom saying those words, or you know, initiating the conversation of negotiating for Hopatalavan. And I'm like, what do you mean? What? You know? And I swear, like, at that very moment, I knew it wasn't gonna happen. And it hurts, obviously, but you know, I guess that's when you start growing. When you realize that you're not gonna get everything, and just be grateful for what you've been able to get all your life, you know, because there's some people that couldn't get what I got. Even my friends, you know, and they would say, and I wouldn't understand how they don't get it because I know their parents work proper jobs.
And Auntie, you don't know. People are working and they don't have money.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, but my mom doesn't work like a prop. My mom is like, you know, she's just doing this and that, you know?
She's just hustling.
Yeah, and I've been living such a good life. How come your mom is working at an office, driving a good car, but, you know, you don't have what I have? And I was, like, I didn't believe them, obviously. I was just like, I was just acting as if they get their car.
Auntie Mama was holding things down.
Yeah, she was holding things down hard. Like, hey guys, my mom, I can't. Anyway, so, yeah, and then that's when I was just like, you know what, it's not gonna happen. Just accept it. It is what it is. And I mean, they did give us ways of paying, but even those ways weren't possible for us at the time. So, I mean, eventually my whole family had to sit me down and they were like, babes, it's not gonna happen. And that was that. And now I'm thinking, okay, so what? I'm taking a gap year. I just had to work for an entire year. Obviously now that's like from, I don't know, guy to rock bottom, because now you've had this idea of tertiary after tertiary job, you know, that perfect idea of what life is going to turn out to be.
Yes, like you have everything all mapped out.
Exactly.
Yes.
Simply because my entire life things have
been going accordingly.
Exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, and then that's when I then took my gap year. Very unplanned. I was a mess. Yeah, and it's a good thing we don't look like how we feel sometimes, hey, because I was a mess, guys. I was a nonsense of a mess. Like, and the thing is, you don't want to show. I really hid it from my family because I didn't want them to feel guilty for not being able to take me to that school. You know. So now, when I'm taking my gap year, I'm like, what am I gonna do? In 2018, I'm taking a gap year, but now 2018, what am I gonna do? You know. So now that's another thing. So I don't want to say depressed because there are people that are actually depressed.
Really depressed.
But I was really at my
lowest.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, I might get to a lowest in life, but
at that time,
that
was your lowest yet that you ever got.
Exactly.
Yes.
So at that time, I was, and now all my friends are like, varsity, yes, you know. Now I'm like,
and you're seeing them there on the statuses.
Who hit her inside? Like, we've always just lived our best, and now.
And also another thing I think is also that thing all your friends, how do you explain to such people
exactly?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Guys, Captain actually just primary grade, man. Because my mom makes a plan. Honestly, I didn't know where my mom got the money. I don't know, but she got the money and then she provided for me. Guys, we owe our moms a lot, sure.
We owe them a lot. We owe our
moms a lot.
That's true.
Yeah, and then I took my gap year. I'm chilling, Jalo, feeling like a mess, not wanting to show it, which makes you feel like more of a mess because now you're hiding your emotions.
Yes.
And now I'm just sitting. So now I'm like, okay, no, let me apply for jobs, whatever. And now obviously you can't really get much, guys. Come here, trick bed. Let's be honest, it's very difficult to get anything
enough.
Yeah,
let's just call it enough.
You know what I mean? And then my aunt, I guess she was on her phone and she liked certain areas. And she's like,
this is 2017.
This is 2017. she's like, Chom, can you make these? We call each other Chom. It's just a thing.
But she's your aunt.
Yeah, she's my aunt. My mom's younger sister. And she's like, Chom, can you make these earrings for me? They were very simple earrings, just 2 strands of beads, I'm like, yeah, you know. And she asked me because I've always been an artsy person, and so she just assumed that I could. I was like, yeah, cool. We just have to get equipment, that thing, the material and stuff. She's like, okay. So what would you need? I look at the picture. I just need the hooks, the stringer thing, and beads, and we're done. She's like, okay, no, then we'll go to town and buy them. Honestly speaking, now that I look at it, I just think she was trying to get me out of my hole.
Because they could see, no matter how much you try and hide it, we can see.
Yeah, and we won't bring it up because we know you're trying to hide it, and now you're going to feel like a mess when you're not able to hide it. So, yeah, and then we went to town, CBD Josie. We got the elastic string, then we got the hooks. No, I'm lying. The hooks she took out of her old earrings. Yeah, we just bought the string and the thing with the beads. And I get home. I thought it was very easy, honestly. You just get a long piece of thing and you bend it over. It's very.
No, it's easy for you. We I would not have figured it out.
But you can see when you look at a picture.
No, it just comes naturally for you. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So then I made them, and till this day, Chom, you haven't worn them. Actually, I haven't seen you wear them. So were you just trying to
Chom, do that thing?
Come on now. But anyway, I'm glad she got me out of that pit.
Yeah.
So I made them, and I had like a whole lot of beads left, and like because we got like a whole roll of things selling like in bits and pieces. So she's like, Chom, why don't you like make something? Make something. Keep yourself busy. I was like, okay, Vela, what am I going to do with these that are just chilling? You can't do this with that. I start making stuff. I mean, obviously at the time I'm thinking they are bomb. I'm like, yes, Wena, what is this? Yes, you look good. Now I look at them and I'm like,
okay, more Nikki. Yeah.
So and then I made them. And she's like, hey, why don't you sell them? That's why I'm saying, I don't think she wanted those earrings. She was really just trying to get me going, getting me out of the bad vibes that I was in and whatever, And then I was like, okay. She got me data. I started an Instagram and Facebook. I started taking pictures of these things. It's really simple things, like so simple. And then she ended up buying me soft wire, and then I made like triangle earrings and just weird stuff in gym. And people actually started buying. And it's not even people that I know. It's just people that
we see this on social media and be like, I like this.
And I would ask my friends, please share these, And Neni, Changa, thank you also for getting that idea in my head. And so that's when I started making them. I started making the earrings, I started making more because now I'm seeing people are buying. I'm like, okay,
this thing is working. Something can happen from this.
Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, I don't have any more ideas for the business. So now I want to paint stuff. I'm like, okay, where can I get, what am I going to paint on? The easiest thing, wood. Now I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, babes, do the things. So now I'm like, where can I get the wood? So now I'm like, okay, look at the sofa. So guys, they cut wood and stuff, so maybe they can, Luckily, there's a business. So my grand is familiar with those people there, and my mom, so we went there and they have like machinery that they can cut, different shapes. So I was like, okay, so how much do you guys charge me for each like plank of And they're like, no, we could charge you $2. I'm like, okay, that could fit my budget because now people are buying. Wow. So I'm like, okay, budget the thing for the $2. I was like, okay, cool. Let's start getting circles. So I got like I got the idea of circles when I got paid for an art shop, and they had like already cut out circles, but they were like big. They were like probably that big. And I was like, okay. And also I like being extra again, and I like being different. So I was like, why not make an earring again? What's wrong with that? So I buy that thing. I don't need it like with my $10 like anyway. Anyway, it's an art shop.
Show us, is it that one?
No.
Okay, those
they were bigger than that. The circles were bigger than that. So I was like, okay, let me get the circles. I got the circles. That's when I took that sample to Gachabao by the kitchen unit. So they cut that out, and then I asked for like a smaller Yana one, which would be this one.
Show us.
this size, right? So I got this size cut as well, and then I started painting. There were different designs and stuff. So then I started painting. But now I'm having fun. I'm like, okay.
And who taught you how to paint?
No one. I just kept going. I just kept going. Yeah, then I just started, and then that's now when I thought, okay, circles are boring. Let's get hexagons. Then I got the hexagon. I started to get this size because people still
Show
they
us. We want to see everything.
They started. This is the hexagon, right? They're pretty big, but people actually like them.
They are beautiful. Jesus.
I was very skeptical because I was like, people don't. I've never seen someone with big earrings.
We love the big earrings. Yes.
People bought with this pattern. I was still stuck on Zulu colors because these were the only colors that I had at the time.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, let me just go. So now I'm like, let's just be different. Now I'm just drawing. When I was done, I was like, Miss, this looks like the glass I would get against the window.
No, we did not even see that.
Really? I've seen people that were like, oh, this reminds me of, and I was like,
when I saw this, I did not even think Zulu. I thought in Ndebele.
Really? Yes. People would actually be like, can I have the Ndebele earrings?
Yeah.
But I mean, Zulu and Ndebele colors are very similar at times. But yeah, so that's really where it started with the painting. It started with the wire and the string earrings.
For Chomza.
You know that she still hasn't worn.
Chomza.
Yeah. And then I just went, and then obviously with the studs, I was like, the earrings sometimes will have like the study thingies. So these are actually drawing pins that I just cut and then it was a whole process, but it was fun. Anyway, and then I got those ones, and I was like, people will actually still want to wear earrings. Or I want people to not only see my earrings and be like, no, I only wear the traditional attire, once in a while. So I was like, someone can wear those black ones at work.
Which black ones?
These black ones. These ones.
And then
clip.
Oh.
So that they sit like that on your ear pretty much.
Thank you, Chomza. You helped us. Here we are, different.
Oh, yeah. And then I started with that. And then I applied. I think it was towards the end of 2017. And I applied. I didn't find actually. My mom was listening to the radio. Mom, again. She was listening to the radio. And there was a lady that was speaking. Hey, I'm a jeweler, and I studied more. Because now also I was thinking it's pointless to even initiate that. I want to study jewelry.
You were disappointed once.
So I was like, I'm not gonna bring that up. Honestly, wait till I go next time. I didn't know for an extra fella guy with the earrings. I was just like, you know what, take it each day as it comes, and we'll see how far it goes and all of that. So I wasn't even thinking, okay, what am I actually going to do in 2018? Because now this was my everyday, Okay, fine. So then my mom was like, hey, listen to the radio. Even I wasn't home. I think I was going to my grand's place, and my mom was going to leave at home. Then she called. And she's like, yo, Mamela radio there's a lady speaking about jewelry. I was like, oh, okay. Your phone's in. She's like, yeah, I studied at this institution. And now my work is go the box, go to the street. And I'm like, okay, alright. And she's like, yeah, and what? So in my mind, I'm like, I must have still fees. Why is mama making me listen to this? Eventually, that lady's like, no, it's a free. I was like, yes! Hello! I'm like, okay, cool. I'm writing down her details now because she gave us only her details. I'm writing down her details. I don't have data for email. I don't have data to inbox her on her business account. I'm like, listen, I only have my WhatsApp bundle and I'm going to use that. I WhatsApp her, I'm like, yo, I just listened to you, Sissy, on radio and this and this. And she's like, yeah, cool. And she gave me the information. Start at school. Called the school. And they were like, no, apply so. No, actually I called and they were like, okay, no, we'll give you a date to come and write like an entry test kind of a thing. Okay, fine. I waited. This was towards the end of 2017. Hey babes, I waited. In my mind, I'm like, I was like, oh, I can't. God, I really don't know what you want from me at this point. Like, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to keep myself going, but everything isn't like coming together.
Everything is not coming together.
You know? Alright, fine. And then I called that institution again. I'm like, guys, I started getting for the test. They're like, what's your name? I give them my name. They're like, okay, no. Listen, we'll call you. To come and write your test. Because the lady that was in charge of admin, she messed things up. She's not even working there anymore. So had I not called, I wouldn't have known this. I would have just, even now, thinking
still waiting.
Exactly.
Or thinking they see about you.
Exactly. And she's like, no, we'll call you. I'm like, hey, ngama futhi, babes. Ngalinda, Shem. Yes, ngalinda. And I was like, you know what? To hell with this, actually. I'm just going to keep doing it and seeing where it's going to take me. Now, I don't know. Towards, closer to the end, scared.
Don't kill me. I'm like, what don't you know? No. What's going on now in your mind?
No, I don't know, like, the time. But I was like, you know what? I want to go to the institution because the lady on the radio was making the sound like heaven. Because now I'm going to work with metal. And now that is exciting. And they give more love.
And it's free.
And it's free, babes. Imagine you get to study in Tobata for free. When you've been disappointed so painfully before. At that moment, it's the world to you. When you can study something that you want. I'm like, listen, I'm not letting this go. So I call these people again. I'm like, listen, guys, this is, I don't know how many times I want to be a part of that institution, and you guys better make a plan to get me there because I'm sick of having to call the whole time. And I was so like, I was just at my ends, honestly. And she's like, no, okay, listen, I haven't got this date. This was now mid-Jan.
This is now 2019.
Yeah, there's 2018, but they're telling me to come on a certain date, Jan 2019. So they're giving me a date. I'm like, okay,
now you have a date.
Wabo. I really, you must know, my phone, they recorded the call. I recorded it. I was like, listen, if you make promises, I'll take you to court base because I want to come to that school and then you will make sure, right? And fine. So, yeah, then obviously the rest of the day I'm just doing the earrings.
And you're waiting for your date.
And I'm waiting for my date. My date comes, I go. Alright. And I leave. They're like, no, we'll call you. If you know, to let you know if you've been accepted or if you haven't. Now I'm like, Jesus, listen.
I better just do your thing.
Like, I'll do even the things that I promised.
Jesus, I will tithe. I will never date until I'm married.
Yes.
I will sing in the choir.
I will play the drums at church.
Yes.
Make a plan, Jesus. Make a plan. I tell you, 2 weeks. That time I'm in bed. I was actually painting these ones. The hexagon ones. I'm in bed. I'm like, I've got the whole station thing on me. And I'm painting them, you know. Guys, honestly, by then, the second is. Yeah, and I think it was a thing about to let God do his thing.
Yeah.
You interfering is messing with the way he does things. Yeah. And he'll just be like, I get so do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm there painting, my phone rings. And I'm excited. I'm like, just so koloto. But I'm like, Asanka is a koloto. But also, the koloto, maybe registering, they still want me to pay. Now I'm confused. I'm like, you know what? Don't block your blessings, babes. I'm like, yes. They're like, yeah, you've been accepted. I told you these things. They were more the paint, I'm like, oh my God. Even the lady, babes, if you're gonna see this, she was laughing. I think she was frightened by my reaction because I was just like in my mind I'm thinking thank you Jesus, but also like yes girl, but also like oh my gosh, but also like you're gonna play with metal, but also like oh my, you know, like a whole lot of things are just happening. And I'm like thank you so much, yeah, great. Fine, I hang up. I swear I didn't even realize like it's husband, but I'm home alone that time. I realized, then I got out of bed, and I don't know like I'm so like, I'm everywhere. I go to the bathroom, I look at myself in the mirror, And I'm like, you're gonna do it.
And you're going to finish.
And you're gonna finish it. And that's another thing. Me dropping out, I felt like a failure because you know this idea. Oh, you dropped out. Oh, you must like be on drugs or something. Like you know. So now I'm just like, what? You're gonna do this? I can't go away, but and then you're going to take everything out of it. You're going to take every little bit of information that you get, and you're gonna make the most out of it. Yeah, then it was a 1 year course where now they teach you how to work with mental and what and what. And we were being trained with brass. So now we're working with brass, and now I'm like, brass is a China. I'm like, okay. So now I'm doing that. You know, we're learning different techniques. It was fun. It was fun. It was a 1 year course. Come the end of the 1 year, they're like, no, we have an additional 6-month program that we want to introduce. That time we told us stipend. So also, and if you want a stipend, you like a sign a contract. I'm like, they told us stipend. Good. Yes. That means money extra. Hello. Getting paid to study. Great. I get some whatever. And then the 6-month thing. Now the 6-month thing into step like COVID, obviously.
Oh, it was supposed to be now.
Yeah.
Oh, so 2019 and then 6.
So yeah, that's pretty much that. So our workshop was closed because of the lockdown. But yeah, I've learned a lot. I've learned so much from that institution. A lot of all of my mental jewelry, everything.
It's the skills you got from
that
there.
I got from there.
Yeah.
I'm just like I am grateful for my aunt actually planting that seed. Yeah, the idea of starting with this. And yeah, man, like we're just
happy. Alright, tell me about this brand quickly.
So Reeds.By.Chunk is a jewelry manufacturing brand by a South African man.
Yes.
So we manufacture everything.
Why Reeds.By.Chunk? What does it mean?
Reeds.By.Chunk. Reeds, you know what reeds are? Yeah. Reeds are like you know, things that
variety of things that
yes. So Reeds is pretty much how I see my business. It's going to grow everywhere. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be everywhere.
Yes.
Like it's spontaneous growth.
Yes.
Like
amen.
It's everywhere, man. It's
amen.
It's Reeds.By.Chunk, man.
Amen.
Come on.
Amen.
So we manufacture jewelry. Yeah. You can send through a design that you want. Yeah. If you have a picture, you can give us a description of a design that you want. We also manufacture wedding rings, whatever, everything. Yes, babe.
Hi, babe.
Okay.
You can change my ring.
Okay. Pressure.
Yes.
So we clean jewelry as well. Yeah. Jewelry that you already have. We clean that. We repair jewelry. If your ring maybe is discolored, maybe it was plated jewelry, plated again, we replace. Or we replace a stone if a stone comes out of a ring or a piece or whatever. So it's pretty much everything that has to do with jewelry. Yeah. And yeah, man, like jewelry. Listen, everything jewelry. Hi.
You're the girl. How do we find you? How do we holla at you?
Holla at me on Instagram and Facebook at Reeds.
Yes.
By.Chunk.
You are the girl.
I am the girl, bitch. I am the girl.
I have 3 last questions. Yes. We are going quack. Yes. At this point in your life, are you happy?
I'm content.
Yeah.
I'm content. I'm very grateful. I think actually, happiness does come with being grateful. Yeah. Because you're happy with what you have. Yeah. You're okay with what you have. Yeah. Because you realize that is what you have for now. It doesn't mean it's what you have forever. Yeah. You know, so I guess I am happy in a sense. I'm not happy that our workshop is closed because of this pandemic. But I am happy in general, man, because
you are grateful.
I'm grateful.
Yes.
I am so grateful on so
many levels. I can feel it. Okay. Yes. I want you to say something to yourself. Looking at where you are currently in your life, I want you to say, Katlego,
Katlego, keep pushing. Katlego, be kinder to yourself.
Please. Yes.
You know, someone once said to me, it always works out.
Yeah, always.
And that's spoke volumes to me, man. And it's such a simple statement, such a simple phrase. It always works out, babes. Just keep pushing, stay focused, and be grateful throughout the entire process. And trust God.
It will fall into place.
Will
You know
fall
how I
into
say
place.
that? I say oksala.
Oksala.
We will go through everything, but oksalayo.
Yes.
Kuzohlangana.
Yes.
Oksalayo.
My fire.
I want you to look into the camera and I want you to say something to another young person watching you. What do you want them to take out of this episode? Just say something. Encourage somebody, girl.
Comparison is the thief of joy, guys. Do not compare yourself to anyone. I don't care if you guys went to school together. Everyone is at different levels in life. Don't compare yourself. Just do what you can. Use what you have. Start with what you have. And make it work. I started with wire and beads. Look where I am. I'm making jewelry out of metal. I'm repairing people's stuff. I can do a whole lot of things. So start with what you have. Don't compare yourself to other people. Trust in yourself. I'm still learning that process. I know it may come across as a bit hypocritical, but trust yourself, be kinder to yourself, and just be a nice human to other people, man. Just be
nice.
Be nice, man. Stop being snugs to other people. When you see someone else trying and someone asks you for advice or for tips or whatever, don't withhold anything because you're like, we're all here to build each other and to learn from one another. People, man, there's no reason to be snugs. It's just, if I'm nice and she's nice and 7 other people are nice and we're in one community, that's a community.
Imagine what we
nice
can
people.
build.
Exactly, and it's just growth. So if all of us can be nice and put aside our egos and and just being snugs, guys.
Stop being snugs! Hashtag don't be snugs. Amen. Katlego, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. You are really inspirational. You are really doing the damn things. And you are the great example of somebody who's not having it easy, but you are taking. You are hustling something. You are not just chilling there depressed.
And waiting for someone to do something for you.
And thank you, Chomza, that you helped her get up and do something. And that's what we are trying to encourage you to do here at K-Mesh. We are trying to encourage you to get up and teka. Get up and do something, hustle something, multiply that talent. Do something. Start with that one earring. Oksalayo. Do push something, guys. That's what we are telling you here at K-Mesh. I'm so excited, you guys. Katlego has really inspired me. I'm very, very inspired. I'm very grateful for this chance to share with this girl, because when she becomes big, then I'm gonna be on some Katlego, I need earrings every week. I'm gonna be that girl to her. You heard her, you guys. Be kind, be nice. Stop being snugs. And understand that we are all at different levels in life. I was talking to a friend of mine the other time and I was saying, what's again? Financially, you know what I mean? And she was saying, you know what? We are at different levels. I have money, but I don't have a husband. You have something else. You have a husband. I wish I had. I don't have that. So I have this. Somebody doesn't have that. Somebody has that. I don't have that. But my time is coming and their time is coming. It's just like that. It's different time, different times, different lanes, but we will get them. You guys, if you have a story that you know could inspire somebody and encourage somebody, I'm your girl. All you gotta do is email me. But also, if you think there's a healing that needs to take place in here, we just come sit here. It's very warm here by me, guys. I am very chilled, you guys. All you gotta do is email me. Also, if you just want to nominate someone, email me and I will call them and talk to them. You guys, you know how we do it. My campfires keep burning, my coffee remains hot, my cup stays full, and my heart, you guys, my heart keeps on giving. You guys, my name is K-Mesh, and you know what? You get your tissues and let's go.